Hello everybody! Okay, so today I'm doing vlog 53. I'm gonna apologize for this being a day late, but yesterday was kind of one of those days where you feel sapped of energy, so yeah, around 10:30 I decided to lay down for an hour or two. Well, that hour or two turned into several hours. About 7:30 that night I finally got myself out of bed, took a shower, got something to eat, and got myself ready for work, and so there was no time to do anything, and I couldn't actually go into town to do anything either because everything that I wanted to do was closed. So I'm going to have to do that today. I want to go into town, I want to get something to eat like I used to, I want to put my paycheck in the bank, and I want to see if the electrolysis place that's supposed to be right next to the city pool actually exists. Because if I can drive 5 miles to get my hair taken care of, rather than driving 50 miles to do it, then it doesn't really matter if the weather gets horrendously bad as it has been lately, because it's only 5 miles. I can do it. 50 miles, a little bit more trying. 5 miles, definitely better, and hopefully I can actually do it other than on a Monday, the least popular day for me to actually do anything, right in the middle of my stretch of work. Never really want to do anything. But anyway, you're also going to notice that I'm wearing makeup again. Yes, I know people said I didn't need to, but I kind of was sapped when I came home again, so I laid down for a couple hours, and when I woke up there was these really prominent circles under my eyes. So I decided, you know what, I've been lazy far too long. It's time to wear makeup again, and it's time to actually cover up the circles. And besides, you know, if that makeup gets too old, it's gonna turn out to be crap anyway. So I decided to quit being a lazy slug and put on the makeup, and so yeah, that's the thing there. Now the topic I had for today is kind of difficult because, you know, I wrote down all the suggestions that people gave me and decided that I would just pick whichever one was the best. Now I'm getting kind of low on the topics, so I just wrote down them all and decided I can't pick a topic, I'll just do them in order. Because I've had a few more suggestions, and this happens to be one: picking a new female name. Now, a name is a very important thing that you're going to be dealing with. I mean, every day, I think we hear our name or we use our name in some way. So, if you pick a name that isn't really for you, it's going to be pretty difficult to go through life with a name that sucks. So, you have to be very careful. Now, I've known some transgender girls out there. Their name seems to change more than the weather. And it's okay to change it once or twice, but I've always been thinking, why can't they just pick a name and stick with it? I mean, come on, it's just a name. But you have to think, every day you use that name. Every day you're probably going to get called it in some way, especially if you have a job. Someone's going to call your name, someone's going to ask you to sign something or something, and yeah, it's always going to be there every single day of your life. So you got to have one you like, or one that fits you. I know my mentor, Sarah, actually went by Tiffany. As much as I hate the name Tiffany, she went by the name Tiffany before her sister looked at her and said, you know, you really don't look like a Tiffany to me. You look more like a Sarah. So she started going by Sarah after that. And I guess Tiffany is one of those telltale transsexual names, kind of as bad as Katrina. There just seems to be some names that are just like, you know, you have that name and people are like, holy crap, is that transgendered? Katrina and Tiffany seem to be the most prominent ones. Now when I changed my name a couple times. I went by Tori to begin with when I was, you know, my younger teenage years, like 12, 13, 14, I think somewhere around there. And yeah, I went by Tori because basically the most attractive girl in school at the time was named Tori. So I just thought it goes with being attractive girl. If you want to be an attractive girl, you have to have an attractive name. So I went with Tori, which was very close to my original name, Terry. Tori, Terry, very close. Then I started going by the feminized version of my male name, which is Terri instead of Y, but that really doesn't matter because I've seen a lot of girls with the Y. But then I realized I really, really didn't like that name. As far as I can remember, in school or whatever, I really, really didn't like that name. So, I mean, the only thing that it's been good about is since it's both a girl or a boy's name, when it's on, you know, your ID or passport or whatever, and people look at it, they don't really see, you know, if it's like Brad or Frederick or, you know, Thomas or something like that, Gregory or Craig or something. I mean, those are very, very, you know, stereotypical male names. I mean, if that was like on my driver's license or something, when I went to the airport in Vegas, people would be like, okay. But since it's actually a girl's name as well, people really didn't think too much of it. The only thing that they might think about is, you know, if they would have saw the M on there, which I did cover up with a little F. Couldn't tell. It worked. It's not like I was playing on, you know, it's not like your gender, you know, it's like, oh my god, this person's not really female. It's a terrorist then. Gonna blow up the plane. No, but anyway, yeah, if you're struggling with a name, just pick something that you like. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. Or you could go to the little, you know, impulse counter at a supermarket, pick up one of those baby books, see what name kind of fits with you. I mean, my name, I looked in there and it meant Serenity. Well, that doesn't really fit with me, you know? I'm not really that serene, but whatever. I guess it could work somewhat. But, you know, I guess there's lots of names in there. It could mean you. I mean, it could mean, like, whatever. I haven't seen one of those books in ages, so I'm not really sure what's in there. But, you know, I mean, parents take an awful lot of consideration into thinking up names for their children when they're born, because one bad name could, you know, end up being catastrophic for the child for the rest of their life. I mean, take my stupid sister, for example. She named her son Titus, a name she found in the frickin' Bible. Now, those names were good back in those days, but most of them now just aren't for people. Supposedly there was some King Titus, and she wanted her son to be kingly or something, so she named him Titus. What do you think he's going to be called in school? Tight-ass. So yeah, I suppose nowadays if you tried calling yourself Katrina, everyone would call you a hurricane or something, or, you know, there's lots of different things you can play with names and to be an asshole, but most of the time people aren't going to do that. I mean, I guess if they wanted to be an asshole, they could call you your former name if you let them know what it was, but that's not exactly advisable. So anyway, I guess the main thing is just pick something that you like and that isn't going to cause you a whole lot of grief later on in life. I mean, that's the only two things you really got to worry about. If you like it and it's not going to be contorted to mean something horrible, then you can pretty much just go with it. But don't do it on a whim, because, like I said, it's going to be with you for the rest of your life. So you got to make sure that it's really going to be something you enjoy being called. But anyway, I'm just about out of time, and so, again, sorry about it being late, but I'll try to do better. At least I got it done. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for watching, and take care.